Hi, I am Mukti, a part of the people care team at Accelerant, and I work closely on designing and driving engagement across the organization here. I have been working since almost 2 years now. At Accelerant, we see engagement very differently. It's not just about activities or moments of fun. It's about how you intentionally design connection in a fully remote environment. Because when you don't share a physical space, things like collaboration, belonging, and even culture don't happen automatically. Right, so they have to be created intentionally. So for us, engagement plays a much bigger role. It helps strengthen connection, reinforce our values, and ultimately supports how people work together and grow over time. So the way we approach engagement is not as an add-on, but as a strategic part of building a thriving remote culture. So I create engagement calendar every month, and whatever festivals are there in that particular month, I try to find out. Try to find out engagement activities related to that particular festival. For example, we had Women's Day, so we have created Women's Day async activity, and we do have our different guild channels where we initiate these engagement activities as per the festivals, as per our engagement calendar. For us, engagement is about creating those small or big moments where people feel connected with each other, not just what they are doing, but to the people they are working with also. Usually, we do create engagement activities based on the festivals falls in a particular month. One of the initiatives that really stood out for me was our Thanksgiving Moments Wall. We did it on a Thanksgiving day. So it was a simple async activity where people shared moments they were grateful for. They've shared their photos, small stories, everyday experiences. But what made it really good was how personal and heartfelt it became. You got to see people beyond their roles, their lives, their spaces, and what exactly matters to them. And that created a very strong sense of warmth and belonging across the organization. And it also reflect our value, which is openness, because people felt comfortable sharing their personal moments in a workspace, and that something was something we intentionally tried to create here. So there were so many responses, and when I initiated this activity, I wasn't very sure that this activity be would be loved with everyone, but it was a very good activity and loved by everyone at organizations. It was personally one of my favorite activities which I did. Another very engaging initiative was our Play and Pause week, which we did in December, and we designed it as a full week tournament. In this activity, teams were formed across functions. People created their own team names, their mascots, their team leader, and we had a mix of async and live activities across the week. And that mix was very intentional, because when you are working across time zones, you need flexibility as well as shared moments, and that's something we keep in mind across our all initiatives, making sure people can participate in a way that works for them. What this created was real energy, people interacting beyond their usual teams, collaborating, competing, and just having fun together. And the way it was designed, structured, inclusive, and thoughtful really reflects our focus on excellence here. So it was a full week of games and activities. We have created rules for everyone. So there was a Ludo battle, there was a Uno battle, and sports quiz. There was a hobby league. A question was prompted in a channel. We had created a Play and Pause channel also, where everyone was added, and each team member can share their one hobby or photo or video in responses to that prompt. And based on their shared photos or videos or whatever they have shared, we give them the points. Then we had Human Bingo. Human Bingo is a social game where players complete a bingo line by finding people who match prompts with each other. For example, I've said that I like traveling, and you also said that you like traveling. So we just cut the boxes in the Human Bingo card. So it's like a normal bingo, but instead of numbers, we had Human Bingo prompts, right? So the last game was Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune is a luck driven challenge game where players spin a digital wheel, and whatever activity will come in the wheel, that person will have to do that activity. So I used to share a daily challenge every day at I think 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. And until 4 p.m. people have to share their bottle flip video, or they have to sing a song and then share their videos with us. So whoever shared the most videos, or whoever shared the first five videos or photos, that person used to get more points. People were very competitive. People used to share as many videos, as many photos as possible to have those points for their team. So we also created different channel for different teams. I can share the names of the teams as well. So there was team name like X Fusion, Curious Champions, Disruptors, Collective Minds, 15 Phoenixes, Goat. So like this, we had so many teams, and then they have their captains in all the teams. So, and all the teams, I would say, they all were very competitive. I was there in all the channels, so I used to see every day in the morning. Captain was very energetic. Whenever I used to post a new challenge in the Play and Pause channel, the captain used to share that message in the group and say that we have to win this time. And yeah, so the energy people brought to that this whole activity was really very good. I mean, I was also not expecting that much of energy, but it was really good. I think that the participation was really good during that entire week, and I would say 85 people, 85% of people have participated in the whole Play and Pause week. It was a really good thing to have it. And yes, so the third activity is we had a mental health session, which was very important from a well-being perspective. In a remote setup, it's easy for stress or burnout to go unnoticed. So this was designed to create a space where people could pause, reflect, and talk about their well-being more openly. And it was done by our coach Mridula, and it was interactive and reflective session. And what we saw was people were engaging and opening up during that session, which is a strong indicator of psychological safety here. So it was a reflective session. The topic was Mythbusters. So Mythbusters is something we we think that this is something which we should be doing, but that is a myth which we are carrying with ourselves. The people who joined, they liked the session because we had shared the feedback form after the session, and they said that it was a good session. It happened during World Mental Health Day. So if you see, only the Play and Pause week was intentionally planned for the whole week, and because it's a week long activity which we do. But apart from that, all the other activities we do it to I mean, after seeing our engagement calendar. Yes, the next activity which I want to talk about is Exhilarant Radio. We did it during our World Radio Day, and that was something very simple but impactful. People dedicated songs to each other, and we played them through the day. It's a small idea, but in a remote setup, these shared experiences matter a lot. Even while working individually, people felt like they were a part of something collectively, and it's these simple moments that create the strongest sense of connection. And while playing those songs, I was there during the whole day. I think I've listened to the same song like thrice or four times a day, but it was okay for me. I was humming with the songs. And once in between the call, someone has joined the call, and then they said that I'm not able to hear any song, but I'm able to hear you humming. So I was like, I am so sorry. Somehow song was paused and I was humming, and I was wearing a AirPod. So then they texted me that yeah, this has happened. So it was embarrassing for me, but then it was a good whole day therapy for me as well to listening, because I love listening to songs. So yeah, this was one of the other activity which we had done. So it is bit, sometimes it is a bit difficult for me to bring new ideas every month for each and every activities, but I do enjoy doing those, because when I see people having a great time, I feel good about it. And we look at participation and Slack engagement, but more importantly, we look at behavior. Are people interacting more? Are they more open to sharing, because for us it's not just about numbers, it's about how people are showing up. So at the end of the day, engagement for us is how we bring our values to life. It's what helps us turn remote work into something that feels connected, human, and shared. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this resonates with you and you would like to be a part of a culture like this, we would love to hear from you. Do check our websites.